Usually I'm
All right.
left to him.
Woo! We're back.
After
Sorry again.
long absence.
Yeah, very long.
Very long absence.
And I don't know if we can see everyone. John, can we see you actually? We have a not really.
Not
Let me see if I can move this back a little bit.
That's about it.
Let's see. Well, we've got John kind of in there.
There you go.
we got a trio today.
Yeah, this is our first special guest, I guess. This is John. He's going to help us out with the part 2 of episode 3. So we're going to finish up. John's going to weigh in if he's seen these movies with us.
Okay.
Right now we're on The Man Who Laughs.
Man Who Laughs.
From 1924.
And
real old flick.
But
John, you were around then, right?
What a funny guy.
I love that. I love this movie. It's gothic. It's like gothic romance, but it's got that tint to it that just makes it creepy.
Very true. And the thing that I love about this, as we discussed earlier, was that it's made by Victor Hugo, same guy who did Hunchback of Notre Dame. So you got that, like you said, the gothic horror. And the fact that this poor guy, as a kid, was deformed to be sold into slavery at a circus for a freak show. You feel bad for him right away. But the book, of course, much like Dracula or any of the Gothic novels, was laden with so much sexual appeal.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it was the first movie that really kind of showed skin on a woman.
Yeah.
And I can't think of the actress's name for the life of me, but oh my God, was she? She was a beautiful woman.
She was beautiful. Like you, I can't remember.
John, have you ever seen this movie?
I've never seen the movie. I've heard of it. I've even heard a reference to the original story for Batman.
Yep, with the Joker.
Yeah, the Joker.
Yep, we discussed that a little bit.
The Joker was based off
Bob Kane actually based Joker off the character. So
yeah, which I liked that a lot actually because it really defined, I think, the Joker because he really wasn't.
He wasn't
a well-established character. I mean, he was well-known and he was a big fan favorite, but we didn't really know his backstory too much. So I'm glad that they did this story because it really went into the history of how he became the Joker. And everything.
Quote unquote, because at the end, you know, he kind of just says, "Well, it could be." Yeah,
which I always love because the Joker, you don't know if he's lying to you or if he's telling you the truth.
Exactly. So you gotta kind of guess.
I think he was telling the truth this time because he really did. And it was the first time we actually saw the Joker frown.
Yes,
at the very end, when Batman picks him up and Batman tells him the joke, he starts laughing, but he's frowning and he's crying.
Yep, that's right.
So I think it was true. I think it was true.
Yeah,
it might have been, but
somehow we got turned into a comic book review.
I'm sorry about that.
Well, either way.
But it was a great story.
I want to say this because I just love this fact. A little fact about The Man Who Laughs. Conrad
Weiss.
Yes. For
those of you who don't know, Conrad Weiss, same time frame as like Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney Sr., not so much Lon Chaney Jr.
He was in a movie with Humphrey Bogart.
Oh, so you did find out what the other one was?
He was no, but he was in Casablanca. But I don't know what the other one was.
Really?
He was in Casablanca.
I didn't know they did.
I'm not. I tried.
Was he a major character?
He was on the cover.
Really?
But he wasn't like it said Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman.
Oh,
and then he was one of the bottom ones.
I wonder if he was the other boyfriend, the one that she left.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm gonna look this up.
Yep.
If anyone knows or is on IMDb while watching this episode, let us know because I want to know. I want to know who he played.
I was watching it and I was looking on like which one's Conrad Weiss, which one, and I couldn't figure it out.
That great makeup in The Man Who Laughs. So
but
you don't know.
He ended up wearing these hooks on his dentures.
Really?
That hooked his cheeks up or his mouth up to his cheekbones to give him that really big round.
And that's why he couldn't move his mouth at all, right?
Right.
That's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
And there's one scene where he doesn't wear them.
Really?
Yeah, there is. I can't pick the scene out, but I did read on IMDb that there was a scene where he did not wear them. The smile was
smaller.
I guess so. Either that or it was his smile, and he just
made himself look retarded.
Did the biggest smile he could possibly do.
Alright, so let's get to the point on this. Man Who Laughs. What would you give it as a rating? Does it rank up there with Nosferatu? Is it perfect?
It's pretty damn close.
Pretty damn close?
I won't get into technical, 0.9 or anything like that, but I'll 9 out of 10. That's I think what I was going to give it. I think I was going to give it a 9. Obviously,
it was nothing, in my opinion, compared to Nosferatu, because that movie, as we said in the previous episode, it's a perfect 10. There's few movies that I will say it was a perfect 10. I mean, I came close with Human Centipede 2, episode 1, just because I love that movie. That movie might be my movie of the year when we do our year.
Oh, when our year in review?
Yeah, when we do our year in review, that might be my top film. Because I know that we're going to have films that we fucking hate.
And yes, guys, we are going to be around for a year, so...
At least a year. So, hopefully you guys are loving us. If you hate us, well, fuck you too.
Well, no, I got a question to ask to both of you.
What's up?
You talk about these kind of Nordish horror type films.
Oh, we talk about everything.
Have you... I'm sure you guys have probably seen both of them. What do you guys think of Reanimator?
Love it. H.P. Lovecraft at his best. And he actually wrote this story, The Reanimator, because a lot of people think that it is one of his lesser-known stories, which it is, because he actually penned it for Harry Houdini, believe it or not.
Really?
Yep. If you actually look at it, it claims written by Harry Houdini.
Oh.
But Houdini actually paid Lovecraft to write it. And Lovecraft, if you know him well enough, he was a xenophobe. He did not agree with any people who were not like him. And he had some really weird phobias.
He was a strange guy, that's for sure.
Very strange man.
But he was his writing is just...
Oh, if you guys have never read magical. Lovecraft, there's something wrong with you.
It's magical. I have a book at home.
It is magical.
Complete book at home. I love it.
But yeah, I've seen all of the Reanimator films. Of course, Reanimator, Return of Reanimator, and I know that I'm the one odd man out when I say that this is probably my favorite spin-off movie. Bride of Reanimator, one of my all-time favorite movies.
Wait, there's a third one?
There is. Bride of Reanimator is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Because I remember Son of It, Reanimator, and Reanimator.
Yeah, which was actually later changed. The name was changed to Return of Reanimator.
Okay, see, because I never knew about a third one, though. See, and I was like, and I watched the first one, I thought it was really good. Second one, not a big fan.
Bride is hilarious. It's almost like taking Bride of Frankenstein and then slapping it together with some elements of Reanimator. And I thought it was just hilarious. I love the movie. And like I said, I know I'm the odd man out on that.
Yeah.
So we gave it our rating for
The Man Who Left.
Now it's our comparison.
Comparison between Piranha,
the original Roger Corman Piranha of 1979,
and Piranha 3D.
And Piranha 3D from 2000.
Like I said earlier, you got the cheese factor and the pornographic movie.
Large breasts are always a big selling point, remember that.
That's true.
We got any directors watching.
I mean, look at Russ Meyer. There you go. That's all you gotta say.
That's very true. Let's start with the original.
Oh, God.
It's a super cheese fest, and as you and I have discussed, and I'm sure that you've seen the film, it's a complete Jaws ripoff.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, yes.
I mean, the fact that they do a bunch of the panning under the water, just like they did in Jaws.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I found this out actually on IMDb, that Roger Corman was asked to do a low-budget version of Jaws. So this was his
That was it. Okay.
And Piranha has stood the test of time. Because obviously, if it didn't, we wouldn't have a remake.
True. But they do make crappy remakes of...
Now, that's the positive.
So...
Let's go with the negative.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Here's a list.
Horrible special effects.
Yes.
The Piranha, they looked like horrible ass puppets. They were so bad. And they were supposed to be gigantic. If you ever read the script or heard Roger Corman talk about the film, they were supposed to be like this big. They were supposed to be gigantic. They were like this.
Piranha, yeah.
Okay, they're big, but they're not enough to be
prehistoric piranhas.
Now, that was
the wind-up key on the side of the fish is...
Probably. Number 2. You could tell that they were penciled in because you could actually see the black lines around them.
Yep.
Just like in the original Star Wars. But with Star Wars, it's black. You can't see them.
Actually,
you could in Empire Strikes Back, but we're not going to get into that.
I would like to key on this, the reference to Star Wars. In the original Star Wars, if you watch, especially during the TIE Fighter battle scene with the Falcon, you can actually see the mapping around TIE Fighter where it's going do 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 do. And
I'm gonna have to look at that.
But now, if you watch the remade, the updated version, they took most of it out. But if you watch the original, you actually see it square by square by square by square as it comes in.
Really?
And they just sped up the film. That's all they did.
That's like.
But no, as far as the Piranha movie itself, it's okay. Yes, it was a total Jaws knockoff.
Oh, well,
okay, major knockoff.
No doubt.
But I think when I was watching, maybe that's what they were trying to go for. Is like they were trying to do this movie where it wasn't supposed to be as serious or as suspenseful as Jaws. It's just something like, okay, it's a fish. We're going to do something. It's going to make you kind of laugh and kind of go, oh my God, really? This is what they did? And just did it just to do it, just to be goofy.
It's true. It's very true.
That would make a lot of sense.
All right. So that's everything on the
old one.
Now
the new one.
The remake. Obviously, we've got computers now, so the special effects were better. I thought the script was better. I thought that it was a much more
it was
realistic script.
Yeah.
2, it was supposed to be campy, and they did a great job making it that kind of campy horror comedy.
Kind of staying to the original a little bit.
Obviously, you and I, we love the penis scene. That's the greatest fucking scene.
Oh, I took my penis!
Oh my God.
And the fact that he was still alive when they tried pushing him off, that was great.
That was a joke.
But you and I have discussed this. The gore factor is just so high on this movie.
Oh my goodness, it
is so high on this
and movie. Like you said, one of the coolest kill scenes.
Oh,
you say because this is your baby.
This was so great because and it kind of has become my baby because every time that we talk about Piranha or just kill scenes,
that comes into your mind.
This scene comes right into mind. You've got this woman and she's in the ocean and she's or not the ocean. She's the lake.
She's in the lake.
She's trying to get out.
She's getting eaten.
She's got her hair pulled back into a ponytail braid. And there's this jackass guy, and he's trying to start up his speedboat, but he can't get it started. The motor just does not want to turn. Well, they pan under, and you see that her hair is caught in the propeller.
Oh yeah, because he was trying to escape, and then the motor died.
And he's revving it, and it's just pulling her hair. Finally, he gets it started, and it just rips her entire scalp and face off. Great scene.
One of the scenes in that movie, because I was watching that movie and I was like, oh, this ain't bad. That scene made me cringe.
It did.
I was like, oh God.
And I laughed at you because you cringed. But it is one of the greatest scenes of any movie. And I'm sure that once we get to our top 5 list of the greatest kills, that will definitely be on my list.
That's gonna be a hard list for me.
It is gonna be a hard list.
There's a lot of really good ones there.
Well, now there was one scene I do remember that will stand out in my mind for.
The one with Doc from Back to the Future?
No. Is the nod to the original Jaws.
Yes, in the very beginning.
When they had Richard Dreyfuss sitting in a boat, drinking beer, fishing.
Oh, yes.
And it's like 5 minutes, and boom, and he's dead. And I'm like, really? This guy can outrun a giant shark.
But he can't outrun a swarm of piranha.
Exactly.
Think about that. It's a swarm.
Yeah.
Piranhas win. All right, so.
But now the question is, where was Aquaman when you really needed him?
Oh, jeez. Here we go with more comic references. I'm sorry, guys, for those of you who don't like comics.
But everybody likes comics.
Do you agree with me on this? Magikarp and Aquaman are pretty much the same character?
Yes.
Actually,
that will probably be a poll on the site, so check that out.
Actually, you could probably say that Piranha 3D was Magikarp gone wrong. There you go. There it is.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. All right, so we've talked about the movies. Now it's time. JJ, original or remake?
Well, you got the campiness of the original. It's funny, it's cheesy, it's original. It's
but it was supposed to be serious. It was supposed to be serious.
And obviously, it stands the test of time because, well, it's got this remake. But I want to know where you're going because I want to be a jackass, be the opposite today.
You're hoping to be the opposite of me.
I think I'm going to go with the new one.
Gonna go with the new one. John, new or old?
I don't really remember the old one, the original too well. I do remember the remake. I have to go with the remake on this one.
All right, so we got 2 for the new. Well, you know what? I am gonna be the asshole here because I'm going original.
I know it.
I'm going original because Roger Corman is the man.
Oh yeah.
I love Roger Corman.
Great.
Oh, any movie.
He is the king of B-rate films outside of one guy.
Who?
Ed Wood.
Oh yes. Oh God. Gotta give it up for the Woodman.
Now for me, the reason I go original isn't just for Roger Corman. But the fact that it was supposed to be serious. It wasn't supposed to be a horror comedy. Sure, there were parts where you laughed at it.
Yep.
But for me, especially because we had never seen a monster outside of the alien, the chest burster, eating its way through someone.
True. That's true.
And when you see that initial piranha get that girl and she's screaming and it just rips through her rib cage, it was fucking awesome. And I remember being real young when I saw Piranha originally. I think I was maybe 10 years old. I was pretty young. And that movie stuck with me for a long time. Like, Jaws never freaked me out, Piranha never freaked me out, but piranhas were much more likely to be in your lake than a shark was.
It's true.
So, you kind of were a little more weary going swimming.
I mean, there was a shark over here.
Yeah, I heard about that, the bull shark.
Yeah, guy raised it.
And again, the same thing could be said about, like, Lake Placid. Seriously?
Oh, God, let's not even go there.
A giant killer alligator?
Let's not go there.
Okay.
I watched it on TV the other day. I was on TV.
How the hell did it get there?
Oh, my God.
Such a bad movie. All right, so...
The second one's even worse.
So that's
Oh, I never saw the second one.
I've seen all 4 of them.
There's 4?
Yeah.
What?
Oh god.
Oh no.
Alright, so obviously, these guys say new. I'm going old.
Comment which one do you think is best?
We look forward to hearing from you guys. Look forward to our next episode, which will be up probably around the same time as this. The next episode is actually going to feature some really cool stuff.
I would say so.
My picks for this upcoming episode are the 1927 film Faust by F.W. Murnau, the same dude who did Nosferatu, so this is going to be an awesome one to talk about.
And later too, so he had time to sharpen up his skills there.
And the 2001 Faust Love of the Damned, based off of the horror erotic comic.
Alright, well.
And your choices were?
You're going with demons and devils. I'm going with crazy people, because I love crazy people.
Crazy people are always
Crazy
fun.
people are awesome.
The crazies.
You got Alfred Hitchcock's greatest movie ever.
Vertigo?
Psycho.
Oh.
Vertigo is awesome. I love Vertigo.
Alright, so Psycho.
So I would go with Psycho.
Great movie. Great fucking movie.
And American Psycho.
Oh,
with Christian Bale.
That was it.
Sorry, I got to throw in the Batman reference.
I know, it's all good. It's all good.
Also, our top, or in this case, bottom 5 list, because this was your
bottom
choice.
5. We're going to
is
do
our worst 5 horror films of all time. This is going to be a fun one to do, I think.
I know you got ideas. I got ideas.
I do. And John, we're hoping to hear from you on this.
Hey, no problem. I'll come back.
Contribute.
You guys want me back?
Sweet.
Yeah, definitely. And this is actually going to feature a new segment this week, which is our Artist of the Week.
Artist of the Week.
Which will either be a legitimate artist, it will be a musician, a writer, whatever. We're not just doing local. We were originally going to just do local, but we're going to talk about some of our favorites.
Some big time people.
And this one might surprise you guys, actually, because we're going to talk about a musician very close to your and my heart. We were a big fan of this guy.
Barry Manilow.
Definitely not Barry Manilow. Metal musician, love this guy. Influence both on traditional heavy metal and industrial heavy metal, so we'll talk about him a little bit.
Alright.
And I want to leave that for a surprise, so we'll see you guys later, and just keep it horror till the next episode.
There you go.
Alright.